Welcome to the Polity. We are here again at the end of the working day in the week, where we will be serving you very interesting issues that we'll have to look at and talk about how we can benefit more and also encourage the government or make the right criticism that will make her do more things for us. My name is OSARETIN, and today we shall be looking at two topics. One of them is considering the consensus chairmanship which the PDP is proposing, and to what extent would that be an advantage for her after the convention in Ibadan. And the second is to look at the beauty of the injection of 50 billion naira by the proceeds of crime that was recovered by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission by virtue of the directive of the president. What opportunity has this for Nigerian students as well as the institutions and then the parents themselves? With me today is Mr.
ADEOLU.
He is going to be with us to look at these two topics, and be sure that as the time comes up, we will invite you to join in the conversation and let us know how you feel about the change of the increase, in the fund given to Nelfund, the Nigeria Education Loan Fund, which is making life quite easy for a number of parents and students in school. So let us start now with the issue of the Nelfund. For Nelfund, the story by The Nation today captured the injection of the 50 billion naira which the president directed as part of the recovery of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission from the looters of the National Treasury. And this, of course, is going to have direct bearing on Nigerian families because it is education. Education has to do with development of the mental capacity of the individuals so that they can be able to make meaningful contribution to the country. But on many occasions, there are cases where you have the intelligence, but unfortunately, you cannot access tertiary education where you can have expanded and proper pruning of your skills and knowledge to be able to apply them after coming out of the institution into the business world or into the labor market. That denial is now being reduced. The number of that denial across the country is now being reduced by the availability of the Nelfund, which the new administration created, a legacy of this new administration, where Nigerian students, Nigerian parents can have some sort of relief as they access the fund that makes it easier for them to pay their tuition. Once you are in the federal institution, of course, in the beginning it is limited to federal institution. If you are in federal institution, then you access the loan. The loan is paid directly to the school as school fees and all that, while the student is placed on, I think, an upkeep amount of 20,000 naira. So today we'll be looking at that in our first segment of the Polity. So let us start now with that. Mr. ADEOLU, sir, looking at the injection of this money to the educational life of Nigerians, because right now, while it is the educational sector that is benefiting, the schools are benefiting, but the children, the students and the parents, does this, what opportunity arises for the parents with this kind of, for Nigerian parents with this injection, added injection?
Okay, thank you. Let me first start by saying Nelfund project is a very beautiful project. It's one of the initiatives of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu in our educational sector. Yeah, we commend him. I personally commend him because it's one of its first kind in this country where somebody now know that there are some parents, there are some students that cannot afford to pay their education or to pay their school fees. So it's a very good project. We commend the president for that. Moving forward, for the next set of 50 billion naira that was released, it shows that the fund is doing well. We hope that everything is fine. You understand? Because I know that if it's not doing well, there will not be continuity. It means that it's being properly managed, and that should continue. Again, then students also should now also sit up, because you're not sitting on the fence thinking of let me do other things than while you are in school. Should not be your case now. Stay focused while you are in school, because you are on a loan. Nelfund is not a grant, it's a loan. You are expected to pay back. And what will make sense is when you are now in school, let it pay off that I'm in school on loan and I'm doing very well.
Without distraction.
Without distraction. So it's a good initiative from the president, from the federal government. Educational sector is moving forward gradually. We want to see more of this to help bring that issue of phobia of going to school, because a lot of people have been a victim of going to school and stepping out and dropping out of school because of fund to pay school fees. You know, so I don't think that is, and I saw that it cut across the whole country. Now they started with public school, moving into private school now. You know, sir, to even apply. So it's a good initiative. I must give the president that kudos for this initiative, and then for injecting another 50 billion into it to make sure that everybody in the need for school fees have, and thank God that it's not going straight to the student. It's going straight to the school. To the school. All you need to do is to apply for it. The portal will be open. Yeah. In fact, the portal will open, I think, from today till January. It's good. Don't put money in there with their stipend of 20,000. It's actually well organized. Let's just keep going like that. I know one day we'll get to our destination.
Yes, one day we'll get to our destination, because it has been the dream of many Nigerians, particularly those from the lower strata of society, who see education. Of course, this is a standard all over the world, that education empowers people with skills and direction in terms of the methodological teaching that people are exposed to, and then the area of human endeavor they may be choosing. The discipline that comes from the instructions of the lecturers is one that make them get prepared to be useful both to themselves and to the society after they have left school. But if a person does not have access to tertiary education, and he or she has a very burning desire to read a particular course which can only be offered at that level, it becomes a very, very painful sense of loss that he or she suffers. And that is why this Nelfund, the loan scheme, is being eulogized by Nigerians. And the other good aspect of it is that it is open to all Nigerians. It is open to all Nigerians, irrespective of your tribe, religion, or where you come from, because it's a matter of the president's desire to make sure that he reaches out and down to the grassroots, to those people who cannot afford it but are desirous and have the intelligence to be able to function at tertiary education. And so the availability of that fund makes it easier for them where they get qualified. Of course, not everyone can be qualified, but again, it reduces that number of persons who would have been denied access to tertiary education. And so now to the parents, do you see this bringing any relief, as it were, to parents?
Well, of course, it's a huge relief looking at the economic situation of the country. A lot of parents are really, you will not see it, they won't say it out, but they are going through a lot in terms of how do I pay these fees. Some of them that are in school, they still have siblings in secondary school. So while you are trying to take care of your small children in primary, secondary, and then you have your first child or second child in secondary in higher institution, you are thinking of how do I do it? Who do I talk to? Now instead of going from one flat to another or one friend to another to look for money to pay your school fees, government has just said, let me cover you up, because it's a lot of cover up for parents now. Instead of the embarrassment of going up and down to look for money. So you are now indebted to the government. You get what I'm saying now? I like what's coming, but you are indebted to government. Remember that it must be paid back for others to come back and enjoy. And one good thing I like about this project is this, apart from the fact that it's given to the student, is the fact that this money is coming from EFCC. You know what I'm saying? It's coming from EFCC, from all the stolen money. You know, so it's kudos to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to say, let us divert this money for the usage of to cater for the need of some people out there. You know what I'm saying? So EFCC, kudos to you, getting that 50 billion naira. At least we'll see where all the money being collected is going to now. Yeah, that money is representing 10% of the 566. My brother, have you seen this one before? Where was all the money? Let me start calling their names now. All of them from where are they? Where are all those money? What are they done with it? So we are having this talking of the people. We have had several chairmen of EFCC, and we had presidents that were overseeing them. What were they doing with all the stolen money? See. Little things like this you will start gaining the trust of Nigerians. Like, okay, the Nigerians can talk, but they will not be able to talk much now again, because at least something has come as a relief. This is not something you can deny. You can't deny. It's obvious. It's obvious, and it's across the country. In my case, I always tell people that this I see to be very real, because I have a friend who has children in the high institution. And he did advise them to apply. But I think two were reluctant, and one just took the risk, you know. And then when he did it, man, by the time he just saw that he was qualified, his application still through, he was qualified, the tuition was paid, and incidentally for him, it was even in his last year. So he was able to do the relief. Yeah, the relief that, okay, this is no longer a burden for the dad, and even for himself, who will have to wait for you make a request for remember, if it was and daddy sends it. If daddy had to go to bank, go and look from bank, pay for the rest of your life. You understand? So it's working. It's a very big relief, a big relief, and for the people. Viewers, right now you can join us online and make your phone calls so that you can contribute to the program while we are discussing here in the studio. Your contribution is very important. The lines is up on the screen for you to dial and join the conversation while we look at other issues around the Nelfund. You know, we see another angle that I'm looking at it now is that, okay, like UK, you are schooling, you are working. You are schooling and you are working. I'm pleading to the president's strategy. Let's try and see how we can help. Tololumolu said something during one of the programs that we attended 2 days ago. He was talking about how the public-private partnership must be given a huge interest by everybody. You understand? So that we can help build our SME platform in the country. You know, when we say SME, we mean businesses that students can easily go in, work, collect money to assist in paying back. You understand? When you send children to the UK and everywhere, they are working and they are schooling. That's where they are getting their little bit of money to pay back whatever they, you know. That is exactly what we are trying to see. I believe this country can be best if we have the right people doing the right thing. It's not rocket science. We have seen how it is done. So giving voice to president to bring another, maybe another 100 billion to support SME. It will be one of my desire again, to see how SME can be spread across board, and see how these students in their locality can do something, one or two things, to be schooling and be helping themselves. And you see, the truth is, when we say schooling and helping yourself, someone like me, I started snooker in SESION. I was doing snooker, and I was doing baby salon. Because I look back home and like, there's nothing at home, guy. Just you have to create something here. So I started it, and I said that I was the one throwing back and taking care of my bills, and then taking care of my younger ones. So I have looked at both of them. They are getting their old, and they will not be able to afford a lot of things. So that is the kind of mindset and meaning that the student government will start by first giving enabling environment to SME growth, you know, so that we can have job creation. Then little by little, the students in a way can apply. We're going to school and we're coming back, we are still studying. It's a lifestyle. When you are in UK, there's nothing you can do. You have to work like 2-3 jobs. To be, it's the truth. I have a lot of them there. I say, Uncle, I'm tired. I say, you can't be tired, guy. Face your face while you are there. Where are you coming from? I just finished my third work and I need to go and rest while I prepare to study in the middle of the night. That is a lifestyle for a serious-minded person. You know, so these are the kind of things that I'm appealing, that let government come in, take another set of funds, invest it, inject it into SME. Don't politicize it. Don't politicize it. Not all these 300,000 that they are giving. No. They should not do. Yemi Osinbajo, the former vice president, did something very fantastic. I was part of it then. We call it ADMIS program. I was one of their resource person, and we had a school organized for SMEs, and we recommend the SME for loan. But you know, through NISA, and that thing was messed up today. Those are the kind of programs, and we saw that a lot of, you know, I was able to, in Akwa Ibom there, I was able to set up like almost 100 SMEs. If we keep having those kind of growth in our SME sector, you will see Nigeria will have gone for, but they messed it up. That program is not working again. Things are not moving. So, and we make sure that apart from training you, recommending you, we make sure that we follow up with you to make sure you pay back, so that another person can have access. And that was really, and I like the concept in the way that
like a revolving
we are not even touching money. So I'm just like, let federal government see how they can revisit that kind of program. You are not touching money. The only thing you touch is your salary. So we have 70% equipment that will be used to buy all the equipment that you need. The 30% that is your, what's his name? That is your running cost. And your running cost is going to be monitored by your school that is monitoring you. So you are only entitled to 30% while you do your work. And then you are paying back, and you are saving, and you are collecting. See,
that opens more opportunity for
this is a no rocket science. Fantastic program by the former vice president of the country, during
President Buhari.
But they didn't allow it to last because they messed it up. So those are the kind of initiative, and if federal government to look inward and see how they can help build SME to be able to have these young Nigerians in university pay back small. It will make you to be responsible.
Now let's look at the. It is, of course, from what we have been talking now, it is clear that this is an opportunity for Nigerian students, an opportunity for parents to actualize their dreams in their children, an opportunity for the children, the students, to actualize their dream for themselves in terms of being what they call it, acceptable, being positioned to become acceptable in the marketplace, so that they can be able to meet up their other desires in terms of financial improvement and development. But again, we see the whole of this. From our discussion, it is clear that this is an opportunity in the sense that without this, you wouldn't have been where you are. Without the fund, you wouldn't have been where you are. And so we are looking now beyond the just having the education based on the funding that has come as a support from the government, which of course is a loan. what is the counsel that you think should be given to these students while they are in school and they are studying? What should be the counsel? Because the money you are getting to do this study, which your parent cannot afford at the time you are getting the money, is not yours, it's not free. What is the counsel for them?
Okay, so the counsel for that, I started by saying that they should stay focused. Stay focused now that you know that it's a loan. And I always say it. I said a grant. I don't like grant. I like loan. Grant is free. There's no challenges, and you are just going to be docile. You don't want to do anything because it's free money. But when you have a loan that is looking at you eyeball to eyeball and the interest is running, you will sit up because you know that you have to pay back. And if you don't pay back, you don't have any certificate to say that you went to school. You don't have to. So it is time. Like I said, the Nigerians today. I know there are people that are applying for this loan, student loan. There are people from good family but no resources to go to school, meaning that well brought up children. Because you will not see any Yahoo student going to collect any loan. You
will not be interested in it.
He's not even in his class to even attend. You will not see the girl that is jumping from one party to another while in school to come and apply for, because she knows she's not living, she has money to do all those things. Is it going to last them? No. But you that you are from a good home,
it can
you already know where you are coming from. You know that if you don't want to be a problem on the neck of your parents, you are not supposed to focus on your studies so that you come out with good grades and relieve them of all the problem of no money. Because we are in a country, I don't even know how to say, we are in a country where pensioners are not doing well. The parents are tired of everything and they are looking at their children. They can't ask. So one day I sit back and I come. If you don't do this right from the beginning, you tend to want to have that kind of problem later in your life. Every parent must plan for their future. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And see, the economic situation of the country is not allowing a lot of planning, because they look at themselves like, what do I have? What? Somebody met me of recently and he said, this man is a very old man. That man should be like 73. And he asked me, he said, I would like to work. I look at him and I said, sir, you cannot work. The children are still, they are just about coming out of school. I said, you can't work, sir. He said, is there anything you can give me, simple thing that can be done? I said, but now you should be resting. He said, but I can't rest. So I know why I went into SME remodeling and funding from federal government, because I know it is still some students will still be the one that will pay this money back, because some parents are not doing anything. They don't have any work.
Of course, if they had work, if they
will not even go inside and collecting loans.
They had a job where they were making good money, they wouldn't even have gone for the
and
loan.
The benefit of this, at the end of the day, now that we now have opportunity for everybody to go and study. See, don't go and study Yoruba or the things that are not lucrative.
Yeah,
study things that will make your life better. You know, a friend of mine is a professor of the University of Portugal. He said something to me. He said, let the children study what is lucrative, that when they come out, they can easily get a job. He said, a lot of parents make the mistake of putting their children to go and study things that are not lucrative, that cannot bring food back on their table. And that will now make parents to start running again after graduation.
Looking for how to make.
He said, don't be desperate to enter school and study what will not make sense. Go into the school, study something that you know that is in demand. Because that's why we have a lot of graduates that are not doing well, because they just have to go and fall back into skill acquisition. So, but if they are from the beginning, I like the way federal government also, like I get a lot of kudos to allow introducing skill acquisition, unbundling a lot of courses into skill acquisition makes sense. So while you are in school, go for skill that makes sense. Don't go and study physiotherapy or see,
physiotherapy is even making a lot of money now.
I don't know. Everybody is studying philosophy. Skillful. All about philosophy. Somebody is studying sociology. All those things are very nice. Somebody is studying
in our society. To what extent can you apply this knowledge?
You know, we have not got it there. We are still coming up. You know, sir, it's we have a lot of professors that study all those things, but go and look at them today. They are tired.
Because the challenges of society does not even
allow them to showcase it.
Require you to showcase it.
A friend of mine said to me, said, I can't remember the last time he did geology. He said, I can't remember the last time I did research. He said, it's tiring. So federal government, there is a lot of work to do in the education sector, apart from just funding the loan for students, fund the SME. Let's put money into universities. Don't allow university to be coming after you looking for money to survive.
Now I ask this. We are in the middle of ASUU strike, and then there is a lot of funding available for the loan to go to school. What school?
Everything is on pause. Oh, hold on until ASUU is back.
It is a big challenge to the federal government.
Because it's not the students, it is the university that will collate the names.
So you can see very much that it is not the challenge of the students or the parents. It is not a huge challenge of the federal government, who has made money available for children to return to school
without taking care of the institution.
Yes, without taking care of the institution.
So institution should be the priority.
The government to ensure that whatever it can do to avert this strike industrial action completely, it should do it, so that this laudable effort that we are praising the government for does not become some kind of Pyrrhic victory where you say, oh, this is something, yes, even though they gave it to us, but they denied us access to get education. We appeal to the federal government. Why this is a laudable move, a very laudable move, deserving of our commendation, it is also expedient that the federal government takes action that can ensure that we do not have this industrial action that will now truncate some of these beautiful measures for the students, particularly who will be home during this period. We'll be taking a short break. After now, we'll return and then we'll move on to our second topic. Welcome back. We are still on the polity and we are looking at the opportunities available to parents and students who benefit from the Nelfund loan. More so that we are having an injection of 50 billion into the fund to expand the opportunities for Nigerians to be able to access this loan. We were saying something, my brother. We're talking about the strike, the industrial action. Yes, the industrial action by ASUU over issue of their agreement not being honored by the federal government. And we said, does this place this opportunity in jeopardy for Nigerian students?
See, sincerely speaking, straight to the point, yes. A big yes to that. Because while we are applauding President federal government for this beautiful initiative, we should not look down on the institution that will house the students. Because those students can even apply for this thing on their own. You know what I'm saying?
Without an existing institution.
Without an existing institution. And I'm asking, what is ASUU's demand? What are they looking for? Who is more and more important than ASUU as the future of our nation? When I mean future of our nation, that is where our children are going into to become the best leader in the future, to take over from wherever we are now. So how would you not want to invest in the future, in something that will help the future of this country? Education is futuristic. You know, sir, all of us, if we are not gone to any school, I don't know how maybe me, I will just be in the forest. You know, tapping palm wine and cutting logs. Oh, I'll just be on the road doing that borrow. Because I don't understand. See, ASUU's demand, how much is it? This is a country that is indebted now with almost, is in trillions. Not 100 trillion. It's massive. So what is the demand of ASUU? that we cannot say sit down. It comes to something that I have seen. A friend of mine said to me, he said, if you come to Canada, says some of the public institutions that are far better than private institutions in Nigeria. He said why? Because government of the country prioritize the educational sector, and that is why we are. See, where will you hear it that a whole system,
the public school, is far better than even the private institution? He told me his children were
all in private school in Nigeria. Moving to Canada, they are in public school, doing so well. He told me, he said the fourth daughter, she is already going to do her master at 19, going to 20. I said, what do you mean? Is that small? He said, yes, it's faster. This time wasting system, I don't understand. I'm going to just be appealing to Alausa. Please, Mr. Alausa, I beg you. You are doing well. Do more. Let the lecturer go back to school. Mr. President, listen to them. How much are they asking for? We have trillions in this country. Dedicate one aspect of the economy that will help the boost of educational sector with whatever resources they want. You see, go to our universities. Even though some of them are now doing PPP to see how they can develop the institution. Most of the universities are going down too. So, but a lot of the vice chancellors are now doing PPP to see how they can have private institutions come to build hostels, to build more classrooms. Why are you leaving them?
That is innovation.
Why are you leaving them alone to do that?
Responsibility.
Yeah, I know that. What's his name? Nelfund. What's the name of that? There is a third fund. He's also doing well. He's going around. He's doing a lot of building.
It works with matching grant. Once the matching grant comes from the schools, they also deploy resources to make sure that they are able to do.
They develop. So let government begin to pay attention to our education, because that is the future of this country. You know, sir. Take education out of this country, you have messed up the whole system.
Mr. President, Minister of Education, you have heard. Prioritize this responsibility that you have seen on behalf of the Nigerian children, on behalf of the Nigerian future, because these minds, when properly molded, can then be able to serve the nation very, very greatly. Now we move on to the next topic for the day, where we'll be looking at the People's Democratic Party that is thinking of consensus as an option to be able to come out with a new set of leadership in its convention over in Ibadan. But what is interesting about the whole issue right now is that how is it possible that the party is opting for convention? What is opting for consensus? What is the benefit of the party towing the line of consensus to produce a chairmanship candidate? What is that benefit that they think that a consensus will provide for them? These and others are what we are going to be looking at as we continue with this discussion on the topic PDP chairmanship. What then is the opportunity? What then is the benefit of the consensus arrangement? So, back to you.
In Yoruba, there's one adage that says, "Tiwaju ba se lo, eyin a se pada si." I like it. If there is no clearance to go forward, you can come back and rearrange yourself. This is what we have advised them. When Damago came out some time ago that we are not joining ourselves with anybody. Sir, the earlier you join, the better for you. Because the way things are going, the whole party is almost empty. It is like whoever gave them this idea is a fantastic strategist.
It is a part of their constitution. One of the three options of producing, I think, election, consensus, and I think one other option. Now, when they are going for any of the offices, they can either go by election during the convention, or they can go by consensus to pick a candidate. But again, we're looking at why is this a very beautiful option now?
It's a beautiful option because the party is already empty. See, the only way you can win in this nation is when you join yourself with the living. You will have a lot of parties that are trying to survive. Look for parties that are living. See, APC has become the giant of Africa. Let me just tell you straight, because Nigeria is still the biggest, the highest population in the whole Africa. So, and if you have in Nigeria almost all the governor to one particular party, what is that remaining? The only person that the PDP need now is Nigerians. And Nigerians cannot just come out to follow you PDP because of your past deliverables. You need to regain the confidence of Nigerians through who you join yourself with. And who are those people? They should critically look at the living, not just all these parties everywhere. Look for parties that are doing very well with prospects. Join yourself. Because there, as you have mentioned, our president said there is no vacancy in Aso Rock. If somebody is saying that there is something that he believes that is working for him, that until you sit down with that person and work it before you can beat him. And I have said this on this platform many times that Asiwaju is an institution. I will move. That's why I like him. He does not talk too much. So if you are any party leader that you ain't going anywhere. Sit inside, have your strategy, but make sure that your strategy inside they are sound strategy. Like PDP is about to do now. During their convention, let them have a consensus. Let them, but that journey has to start now. And they should be open-minded to receive as many people as possible. Don't be. We know that politics is a game of interest. Forget interest now. Let us see how Project Nigeria can gain a momentum that will give it the better life. If you focus on Nigeria, see that you are after the well-being of the country, Nigerians will come after you with a good party, ideology that can be made together to rescue the country. The game of election is a game of numbers. And if you don't have the numbers with you, sir, you are not going anywhere. You can't say, somebody said to me, he said it's a fresh party. I said, we should not be fresh. He said, I go to him with this company. I said, I wish you well. Because he knows he's just joking. If you see, there are milestones that you must put in place to be able to determine whether you are going somewhere. I said, we are doing self-denial.
And is the PDP, does it appear to be putting up those steps now? With
it is now. I think it is now they are waking up. They are waking up to see how and who they can work with to make this thing work. Because without the consensus, I don't see PDP move any mountain. They cannot. Because whether they have the structure all over the country, they cannot. Because
there will always be post convention conflict if they go for election, and so the party may be trying to
let them start their consultation now inwardly. Bring the people you are looking at into your consultation. Go for your consultation, start calling them in. When you are going for them, don't be arrogant. Let's work together for Project Nigeria. Let's work together for Project Nigeria. If that is your music, they will come. When they come in, sit down. Let everybody be happy. Don't want to say we are the PDP on ground. Anybody coming inside must obey our ideology. No. When you bring them in, match your ideology
together.
Make sure that it's focus, it is Nigerian focus, not individual focus. because that is when the country is failing. That's why it's failing. One individual just believe if he becomes the president today, he will rule and reign. No. Let it be Nigeria ideology. Let it be ideology that is focused on Nigerians and its well-being. Then when they come in, give everybody something to have, to do, but make sure that they are people with unquestionable character that will deliver project Nigeria for Nigeria. Because once Nigeria see the individual and they say like this to them, that is the end of the whole matter. Make sure that you look well for people that Nigerians want to see. Not the same set of people that will come and repeat what other people are doing now. Somebody will say, when I become president, you only see me one motorcade. I lie.
Now, you know, there is something about this consensus. Electing for a consensus arrangement to produce a leader is not new to the People's Democratic Party. It has been doing that even when it was in government. But now it is not in government. When it was in government, it had the capacity to dispense patronages to dissenting voices and all that. Now it is not in government. Do you see how being able to manage this this process towards this convention?
Manage your pride. I have said it. Don't want to impose your ideology on anybody. Be open-minded. You get what I'm saying? People will come to you when they see that you are open-minded and you are not selfish. While you see somebody is moving this party from here, is moving to this place, it's because he believes that if I move to APC will give me. Look at what happened in Delta State before now. When the governor moved to APC, automatically became the state leader. Where you have Omagege, that was the champion. Omagege had to go low. That is wisdom. You know Omagege is not a nonsense person. But for him to do his calculation and say, guy, let me mellow down here. Governor is governor. I've never been a governor. And he mellowed down. And the state is moving forward now. The governor is carrying him along. That is what politics is about. It's not by pride. It's by great reasoning. You have to be intelligent enough to be able to reason things out before you act. You understand? So if PDP want people to say, let's go, the best way to manage everybody that is coming together is remove your pride as PDP that you are once the champion. Sir, you are not a champion again, even though you are second champion. But still see how you can manage everybody. Manage everybody. They need another statesman that can talk to everybody, sit down, and let's do it right. Sit down. PDP need that kind of a voice. That voice is still missing. That is the problem. That person that will call everybody together and say, sit down, and invite others. That voice that everybody will believe in. Listen to. That is the kind of voice they need as a leader in the party. That can call everybody to order. I don't think the PDP has that now. I'm looking as we are looking. I'm looking. The only person that can do that thing is Baba Obasanjo. I have said it before. Well, it's no longer. He's a national leader. He's a national leader, but he's one person that I know that, as it is tomorrow, he's still saying he wants the best Nigeria. If the best of Nigeria is in his heart, and you guys put yourself together, actually his heart. He was where of reason. He was anywhere for the economic summit. He was there. Listen to what he said. They are all about the best of the country, they are all in the interest of the country. So that kind of a person, if being their former leader and the president, can help to canvass on behalf of PDP to bring everybody, come with your disgruntlement, and let's see how we can handle it. And then PDP and whatever consortium that want to come with them can now move forward. But until that, I don't know how. Because Saraki that was put in charge of reconciliation, he himself is trying to look for how he can become a president. So that for now, let everybody just douse the issue of presidency. Let us first come together, formulate an ideology that is people-centered, and then have a formidable team that will now bring about one person that will represent the interest of the country, not you people. So they must be ready to be servant leaders, which I know most of them, they are not ready to. They just want to grab power. They want to become they want that big, long motorcade like a Monoko. Everybody wants it, but that is not the way to lead.
Service. That is what is calling the PDP. And Nigeria has experienced her service for some years before the emergence of the All Progressives, the real All Progressives Congress, which is today leading the political direction in the country. And very much as what happened in recent time with a lot of defection as well from the PDP to the APC. And the former, the governor of Adamawa State and chairman of the convention committee has enthusiastically said that the PDP is going to come out of the convention stronger and being able to present a formidable candidate in the 2027 election. At the moment, the party is struggling with producing producing a set of ESCO that will lead the party into that election. Now they are talking about consensus. And the whole thing is well around the chairman of the party. They want to have a chairman born out of consensus. And we know the benefit of consensus to the party. If they all agree, like analyst has said, if they all agree to get the consensus, they come together, the north, south, the east, west, pull their human resources together to decide that, okay, we are picking on this candidate which you have fielded to us as the power. The office of the chairman still remains in the north, since the party has zoned the presidency to the south. Now they will have to produce a northern chairman, and so they say let the north produce a candidate. But the proposition by the north that the former chairman of the former minister of the Federal Republic under Jonathan, the minister for special duties, Turaki, is not somebody that some other persons within the party think should be able to lead the party. Now, with this situation, what is your advice? We are expecting your call to come in and then chip in your advice for the People's Democratic Party. The lines are open. Please join us in this conversation to tell to contribute to the advancement of this nation by making the opposition party make a decision in this regard. But again, I'm asking, should this consensus thing be restricted only to the chairman of the party?
Now, of course, he's not going to be chairman of the party, but first is the chairman of the party, who is out there, who is credible enough for people to want to follow. You see, the way it will work is after putting those yardstick of who should be the chairman of the party, the requirements of who should be. What is critical is to now have a formidable team that will say yes to him and ready to run with him. Where we normally have problem is once a party chairman is picked, there will still be some disgruntled elements among the party leaders that will never want him to succeed. And that is what politics is all about. You know, in politics, I'm sitting down with you here and I'm like, oh, look at him. He's the anchor. He will soon be out of this place.
That is politics.
But that is politics, and we are laughing. We are even sharing things. We are picking things. But in our heart of hearts, we say, it's a waster. It's just wasting his time. So that is politics. So you need somebody that is ready to look at you and say, let's do it. Regardless of what is going on in your mind, is able to call you out back. My brother, I need your help. See, pride will not do any politics. See, what will do politics if you have your money, massive money in this country, according to this country, not that in other country, but massive money, and the people believe in you. When I mean people, the party people is important But the Nigerians, oh yeah, wait, in this country, I know that there was a time during 2023 election, people contributed for Obi. Whatever will make Nigerians to start bringing their 1,000 naira to say let's contribute. I think that's the only person I have seen that Nigeria contributed for.
Well, I think there was a contribution for the late President Muhammadu Buhari when he wanted to.
No, I'm not talking about fundraising.
Okay,
I'm talking about
people on their own.
People on their own.
They say, okay, let us.
They have a candidate that they can beat their chest on, and they say, "Let us follow him," because the guy his records is showing positive. Nigerians will bring out their 1,000 naira, 500 and release into a common vote. That is the kind of person that will win in this country. See, you see, when they say they rig election, they only rig election when election is riggable. But there are some level that you can't rig election in this country. Just like what happened to Lagos. Whoever believe that Lagos, APC will lose Lagos. Because people said no. So if you like, that's why I use the word, make sure that your ideology, it is people's focus. Even when you come together as a consensus, if it is not people's focus and people don't believe in you, as they see you as another political elite that want to seek power by force, nobody will follow you. But humble yourself, let people believe in you. Show things that you have done for the less privileged ever before now, all over the country. And then you see Nigerians rise from wherever. Okay, you think Obi does not have brain. Till tomorrow, it's still on the road. Touring, attending, doing, working, consulting, praying, moving, everything he's doing. He is not stupid. And that's what he's doing is very strategic. People that are with him, pushing him to do those things, they are also very intelligent. You know, that is what you do to get the buy-in of the people for where you want to be next. And that's what I think if PDP want to, if they are ever serious, that's what they should be working on now. Yes,
we're still in the polity. We're still talking about the PDP convention, and we're asking, can the consensus candidate serve for a game changer in the party as it prepares for the 2027 election? But we are also asking another question. Now, when you go for this convention and you want to run it on consensus so that the candidates will come out and you have a post-convention free conflict, we are asking, will this set of persons be able to produce the kind of candidate that will be required to match the ruling All Progressive Congress in 2027? We know very well that right now the name being thrown for the presidency of the presidential ticket of the party is your state governor, Seyi Makinde. And of course, it is no surprise that the convention is holding in his state, where he can be able to fund, or the party through him can be able to fund that convention. Will the party having this opposition stance with more of a support base on the dwindle be able to muster the courage and the capacity to withstand the very, very huge All Progressive Congress in 2027?
Well, like I said, let them start the process from today, and let them be sincere with themselves. Yesterday I saw Amechi saying he's the best candidate. Everybody is the best candidate. It's a game of interest. Seyi Makinde is the best candidate. It must come to the south. They have agreed. Thank God that Atiku has left them now. Fine. Meaning that they are now coming to agree that, okay, south for south. because I think we have seen that it can never come to the north. So it's left them, it's with ADC. So them that are here now, it is an opportunity for them to now look at themselves very well. We should not say, I'm not saying they should do they should choose anybody without an opposition. But let them choose well. Choose people. Don't look at party as the end result. Look at Nigeria as end result, because the party movement starts from the chairmanship. If you have a good chairman that is ready to carry everybody along, and you have a president that the whole Nigerians are looking at to be part of, or they are looking up to, then you are on the right path. How is that going to be with the gladiators I'm seeing with PDP and whoever they want to bring in to form this consensus? I don't know how they are going to do it. It's doable if they can just humble themselves. It's doable if they can all just rally around whoever that emerges as the leader. You understand? That will now say, okay, we have picked somebody from this area. Let us now pick who is going to represent us for the main race. You understand? But that their buying power starts with whoever is the chairman. Yes, and we have looked at it from the beginning of most parties. When you have a chairman, have a national leader. So in case people don't believe in the chairman, they must believe in the national leader that is people's person. You get that? Then both of them putting heads together to now pick a person that Nigeria will believe in, then is a good way to move. But if they want to start fighting into that their convention, because the way Sheyi is going, and Sheyi is saying, okay, Sheyi Makinde is hosting it, wonderful. But the popularity of Sheyi Makinde is just to the south. How many ways?
Is it popular even?
Is it popular?
Is it popular even in the south?
Even in the southwest, in the south generally, how popular is it? So those are the issues that we are telling you. So don't go and start what you cannot finish. You are not even in your own state. There you have seen a lot of huge opposition. Talk less of your region. How many people in your region even knows you? What have you done for them? Wonderful. As a governor, you are really trying for your state. That's okay. But to want to say you want to become president, it's never too late. If you can start the campaign, but let us look critically. Who do Nigeria really want? Who is that person Nigeria really want to see holding that flag and saying, I'm the candidate for this party in the forthcoming 2027 election? Who is that person among them? Maybe we should just wait and see what the convention will look like and the consensus will be like, and then see who is going to be emerged as the chairman. Then we can now begin to do our own tabulations and see how the OT will end.
We are going to take a break now. We'll return back, and when we return, we shall be looking at the chances of the PDP ahead of 2027 post-convention, which is what the whole party is resting its strengths and hope on, that it can be able to make a change. Yeah, welcome back to the Polity. We are still discussing the PDP convention, which was, of course, we're asking, can the consensus candidate be the game changer for the party ahead of the 2027 election? But again, we have been asking why the party is looking at the possibility of holding the convention through what is called consensus approach to be able to elect its chairman, so it can be rancor-free. Will this work, as already there is a split within the leadership of the party in our choosing, as some persons, some group, some zones are beginning to question that the election of Tanimu Turaki, or that the proposal for Tanimu Turaki to be the consensus candidate of the North to the convention that's scheduled to hold in mid-November is not what they want. Now the negotiation is on between the contending parties and interest as well to see that this is made possible for the party which is advancing this. But again, while that is on, the court of course had set October 31st as a day for judgment on the suit of the PDP over that convention. So all of this is just hanging around the party. So we are asking, I want you to join us in the conversation as we move towards running up this session. Now, will the party be able to come out of all of this? We know PDP is used to say it's a family affair. Is it still a family affair in this case?
It's not even family affair again. When somebody is telling Makinde to hold his corner, I hold my corner. Which family is that? That means the family is in Nisare. Somebody is saying, Makinde, hold your corner. Don't come near this side. I hold my corner too. Is that family? There is no family. When we have how many national secretary? This one is in today, another one is out tomorrow. So who are the national working committee that is even organizing the convention? We don't even know. I know that Damagu, from whether we like it or not, is still the chairman of the national working committee. Yes, that is still being contested. Yes, so there are a lot of issues.
But the party has resolved because all the contention was measured around the secretary of the party, which is between Udokwe and Senator Sam Ayawu. And there has been a resolution which they've come to agree that Sam Ayawu remains the secretary of the party, and he has returned. But
the whole caucus, different caucus, they have all agreed to have Sam Ayawu. Have they all agree? Are you sure?
They of course, he has been sitting there. If they never agree,
technically,
well, what we see from the television, from the television in our different homes, what we see is that they have agreed that Sam Ayawu is the the secretary of Bonafide, secretary of the party.
The Makinde side, have they agreed that Ayawu should lead them?
Well, whatever contention they have, it's obvious that contention is not holding ground because Ayawu is occupant of that office. But again,
according to law, from the court of law judgment,
for the fact that, for the fact that he ran an election and emerged as secretary, he cannot be off. I think that has been settled already by the argument of the court that his tenure was elected. It's a tenure thing, and so for the party to have run that compromise at that time to allow him to go run for election for state governorship and return back, they played into his hands. And again, certainly that would have been a test for that kind of activity in the future for the party or for any other political party who will have anybody who is running a tenure time to go and also run for election. Like most senators go, they have a tenure time and they will go to run for election. When they finish, they return back to to their offices. If they lose, if they win, then they are sworn out. So maybe they have to rejig the law in a manner that it will be reflective of this reality. But again, we have to ask very clearly. With this court decision, does it in any way throws the party in some kind of a jeopardy preparing for that convention?
That is politics for you. That is where more problem will come out from, will emanate from. Because if they are in court, some people are planning for convention and the matter is in court. The person that took the matter to court, is he going to be sleeping? When he's playing somebody's script, it's a script that guy is playing. And if he's playing somebody's script, it's a mandate. I do not want peace in this place. And that is politics for you. Is who can play that game more that will win. And I think a particular party is playing that game well.
How did the PDP get into this?
You see,
the once ruling party
in life
that had produced over 3 presidents.
Somebody said something to Z last week. He said the person that brought that into this problem is Jonathan. Jonathan was, in fact, ever before Jonathan was betrayed, there has been a lot of issue behind the scene that Jonathan did not manage well. He says that's what leadership is all about. Leadership, you don't listen to one group of people to want to rule or lead. You must listen to everybody. And that is why I want to go to Bible now. Solomon had that wisdom to look at everybody.
Capacity to manage the entirety of his heart.
You must be able to listen to everybody. If you are just listening to one group of people taking you, you will fail as a leader. Because they are only just telling you what they want for you to follow them. And once they get what they need, they move.
They move to the next president.
But you see, if you are a listening president to everybody that is in your advisory role, and I have said it before, Buhari said, he said, major failure during his tenure is advice gotten from one set of people around him. People that relied on as leaders, that were not giving him wrong advice. You understand? And he chose those people as the only people that can talk to him, instead of him to listen to every other person, so that you can balance your judgment. That is what leadership is all about. So the problem of PDP started during Jonathan. Jonathan. See, I don't know whether PDP will even forgive him now, because that time, Jonathan, as a president, knows what to do, but he didn't do it. That's why someone like Orubebe, I remember Orubebe, we go die here. Because Orubebe knows that once they miss that thing, that's the end. An opposition party came from the back, and you are the sitting president to say yes to election or no to election, and you saw all the abnormalities during the election, and you see say election should go ahead, that you don't have you do not want the blood of anybody in your hand. Sir, nobody will die. Ask President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He knows what to do to send everybody back inside. Hey, everybody inside.
But the president is being lauded for that decision.
It's been lauded because he does not know what to do. He knows that there are things to do to stop violence in any nation. Especially because of the fact that as at his time, he was doing well. At least I will tell anybody that it's only during Jonathan I know that reverse fuel pump back to 97. Who else? He did. You know what I'm saying? So there are ways to maintain peace in a nation as a leader, not just necessarily to say I do not want. That thing was done and you accepted it. You even called Buhari to congratulate him, and the person said when towards the end of the day, he said, I'm just doing all that all I know I could do or I can do based on the advice I'm giving. So meaning that you have no inclination of what's going on in the country. If you want to be a leader of a Nigeria that is very technical, I told a friend of mine, Nigeria is not book that you be reading. Nigeria is very technical. So if you think it will be doing motivational speaking that will make you to the president of the country, you are wasting your time. I told him, and he said, the man said, you are the only good friend in this guy's life. He said, I have told him not to come and waste his resources. Let him go back and see how he can start from the state and become somebody in this country. You know, sir? So when you are a leader, you must be holistic in all your approach. You are not one straight jacket. And that was what happened to PDP that got them to where they are today. If Jonathan had look at the best way, he didn't even plan. I'm not sure he planned anything after election, post-election plan for the. He does not have any post-election plan, because immediately that thing was announced, he has already congratulated. In fact, immediately he was already tired.
I think he followed the will of the people.
Okay, that time we've all voted for Buhari. I did not vote.
Those who voted, of course, they voted for a change.
Because
PDP had been in power for several years, and the people felt at that moment they needed a change. That is the behavioral pattern of electorates.
Okay, see where that change has brought us now.
I think Nigeria.
Now, okay, so we are at the peak of doing another change in Abi.
Well, it is for the ballot to decide when that time comes.
I like this, as he said, the devil you know. Because I remember Buhari said something, he said, we will thank him after today. Look at where we were then, look at where we are now.
Well, Nigerians have experienced different presidents, and they are experiencing a president right now. The ballot in 2027 will tell the world whether Nigerians love the style of this president or otherwise when the outcome of that ballot comes. Well,
as it is, the people need to come inside and look at themselves and see how they can manage their different interests. That's what I'm going to say.
Viewers, we must thank you very much for being with us all this while we discuss these two issues. Of course, the issue of the PDP is one of very big interest to everyone in the country. Here is a political party that ushered Nigeria into democracy, took Nigeria from above the sea level and took us up to took us up to space when Tonaito was minister. This was a party also that led Nigeria into led Nigeria out of the $12 billion debt that it was owing. This was also the party that made a lot of significant changes in the life of the people. Of course, it was during the same party that the issue of insecurity began in a manner that it has, before it got to what it has also got it to. We have a lot of good stories to say about the PDP and also some very painful ones. But the situation where the party has found itself today is one of very serious concern for Nigerians, given that we need a viable opposition party to be able to withstand, to challenge the ruling party so that it can get the right criticism and then redirect some policies that are considered to be very hurting to the Nigerian people. But this is the much we can take today, and we are very grateful for you to being with us. We'll look forward to you next week when we return on the polity to talk about other interesting issues that the headlines have generated for us. Once again, my name is OSADEBAMWEN, saying goodbye from here, and
ADEOLU, thank you for having us.
We say thank you.